When we talk about some of the greatest Kenya TV queens, it would be a sin not to mention the name Esther Arunga. In the 2000s, she gained a reputation as the most promising TV journalist.
It took me a week of getting hired before I gathered courage to go and speak to Esther Arunga, because in my head, she was a little goddess.
Correct. Lots of young ladies out there who always looked up to Esther Arunga and said, you know what, when I grow up, I want to be her. You were the poster girl.
And a darling of Kenyan television, because everyone was a huge fan of Esther Arunga, darling of the nation. She could do no wrong. Huh?
However, it's a personal life that has dominated recent headlines. So what happened to Esther Arunga? What made her sue her parents? Was she an accomplice to her son's murder? And is it true that she once belonged to a cult? Brace yourself for some ugly stuff, you all.
I found out from a Freemason. A Freemason told me this information. They haven't been able to kill me. What can they do?
If you have a tendency to catch feelings easily, maybe this video is not for you and you might want to skip it. As for the rest of us, let's start digging into other people's business. Esther Arunga, also known as Esther Timberlake, was born on July 19, 1983 in Nairobi to Robert Arunga and Petronil Arunga. Esther, her twin brother as well as her 6 other siblings were brought up in a staunch Seventh-day Adventist family. Sadly, there isn't much information about her siblings. Upon completing elementary school, Esther Arunga joined Kenya High School. Later, she studied communication and law at the University of Wollongong in New South Wales, Australia. After returning home to Kenya, she completed a 1-year degree course at the Kenya School of Law, and in 2009 she was admitted to the bar. Her career in media began as a journalist and announcer at Capital FM. Soon after, she was hired as a news anchor and presenter by KBC. However, it's fair to say that KTN made her a star. While at KTN, she experienced a significant surge in popularity. She became a household name in the media industry with a captivating on-screen charisma and exceptional journalistic skills.
And that there was a look at the list of proposed ministries by the Orange Democratic Movement.
Her excellent performances would earn her the 2008 Chaguo Latinis Awards for the Best Teen Television Anchor and Presenter. In 2009, Esther Arunga joined a cult-like church, the Finger of God Church, founded by Joseph Helen, a distant relative and a talented saxophonist.
Esther is actually my cousin.
Now, aligning herself with the Finger of God Church marked the beginning of her downfall.
Drama started right from there.
It was at this church that she met Wilson Malaba, a former church elder. After less than 3 months of dating, the two got engaged in October 2009. 2 months before their wedding, which was planned for April 2010, Esther Arunga decided to call it off. According to Wiso Malaba, their relationship turned sour when Esther met Quincy Timberlake. However, Esther told Jeff Koinange that she left Wiso Malaba after discovering he was a Freemason.
My choice of being with Quincy came after I'd broken up with Wilson. Before, Quincy was just a member of the church.
Do you know who they are?
Oh yeah, well, Wilson is one of them. I got a message directly from the Freemason Lodge in the UK on the 15th telling me I'm very lucky I escaped.
So who is Quincy Zuma Wambita Timberlake? When and where did he meet Esther? Just a few weeks before Esther's wedding in April 2010, Quincy Timberlake, a childhood friend and former primary school deskmate of Joseph Helen, joined the Finger of God Church. Quincy had just returned from the country from the US. According to Helen, Esther and Timberlake fell in love the moment they laid eyes on each other.
Quincy Timberlake, he was my deskmate.
Oh, really?
Yes. The day he moved in, Esther drives in her nice black BMW. And he looks at Esther and says, wow, it's you. And Esther says, yeah, it's me. So I'm here looking at both of them like this and saying, this guy just hit the ground running at the parking lot. Yeah. And at that time, Esther was engaged to Wilson Malaba to be married in April. So I said, but Esther, you're in a relationship.
Her parents advised her to break off the relationship with Quincy because they were unhappy with it. In an act of rebellion, she fled home to live in Helen's church-owned mansion in Runda. The very month that she called off her engagement to Malaba, Esther, Helen and Quincy announced the formation of the Placenta Party of Kenya, with Helen as its presidential candidate, Esther as his deputy, and Quincy as the chairman. She resigned from KTN the same day.
it's time to officially announce to the Fourth Estate that the Placenta Party of Kenya Manifesto 2010 is being launched today.
That night, Esther alongside Helen Timberlake and 6 other members would be arrested and charged for alleged involvement in cult-like activities at the Finger of God Church. However, the court would acquit all the accused for lack of evidence, but Timberlake remained in custody on suspicion of unlawfully entering the country. After her release, her parents took her to Chiromo Medical Center for Mentally Ill People. Upon completion of the treatment, her parents brought her home. There she would constantly communicate with Quincy, who was still behind bars. Despite her parents' strong opposition, Esther and Quincy tied the knot on March 3, 2010, while Quincy was still in custody. She even told her family that she would never make peace with them until the day they accepted Quincy as her husband and their in-law.
I'm married and happy and comfortable with my husband, Quincy Timberlake.
The same day Esther announced her marriage to Quincy, she sued her parents and her psychiatrist, Dr. Frank Jenga, for portraying her as a crazy person. In a lawsuit, she sought damages of 300 million Kenyan shillings.
I did this in conjunction with my parents, who unfortunately I am forced to sue as well, and I will not be seeking less than 300 million shillings for unlawful detention, unlawful sedation.
She later dropped the charges. The relationship between Helen and Quincy would end when, according to Helen, he discovered that Quincy was a conman. He even revealed that the Placenta Party idea was Quincy's and there was nothing serious about it. The move was nothing more than a smokescreen to distract the public from the controversies that surrounded the trio at that time.
Okay, that was not really my idea. That was Quincy's idea. I was not really going to run. I was testing the waters. So, of course, Quincy came up with that particular name to create greater controversy. And I left the Placenta Party. I never really agreed with the name. But at that particular time, we needed to operate as one team because we had common issues. We were sued in court and we needed to fight these battles as one team.
He wanted Esther to leave Quincy because he believed Quincy had cast a spell on her. This only led to a fallout with Arunga.
Quincy, I will emphasize, where he beats everybody is that he uses supernatural witchcraft power. Urogi.
In an email sent to Citizen TV in 2014, Esther wrote, "Nowadays, I think apart from being extremely naive, Onyango was using a strong charm on me. I just could not see any evil in him, and I humbly accepted to be his spiritual daughter." She continued by saying, "My husband has never hidden the fact that he used to be a Freemason. My husband turned his life around and started serving the true God Jehovah." As soon as Quincy Timberlake was released from prison, the Timberlake family left Kenya for Australia in 2012. The couple felt Kenya had become a dangerous place for them. Fortunately, Esther became an Australian citizen. Furthermore, she got a job as a barrister at the Supreme Court of New South Wales. A few years later, the couple would be blessed with 3 children, Cynthia and 2 girls. After her 3rd child was born, Esther quit her job. On June 17, 2014, the couple found themselves in the headline again when their 3-year-old son Cynthia died under suspicious circumstances. Arunga called the emergency service and lied that the boy had fallen down the stairs while playing with his sister, but the autopsy report revealed that Cynthia died after being hit with a blunt object on the chest.
But an autopsy report indicated the boy died after being hit with a blunt object on the chest.
3 weeks later, when her husband was in a mental hospital, Esther Arunga dropped a bombshell. In a confession to the police, she stated that on June 17, 2014, she went to the bathroom only to find her husband hitting Sinclair in the stomach and then throwing him against the wall. Quincy told her that the child was possessed and he was trying to expel demons and aliens from him. She admitted that she lied to the police to protect her husband. "I was terrified of being alone and I felt terrible because my husband was sick as well," confessed Esther. Quincy Timberlake was charged with the murder of his son Sinclair. He pleaded not guilty. Arunga was charged with the accessory to murder for involvement in the cover-up. She pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 10 months in prison but was released on parole. The news of Esther Arunga's sentence was not well received by Quincy's mother, Rosemary Gwambita, as she believed it was lenient. Further, she stated that Esther never married her son out of love, but rather for money. Now that she had milked him dry, she decided to betray him.
I say Arunga is a lady that she didn't marry love. She married.
Even shockingly, the mother revealed that Quincy already had a wife and 3 kids when he met Esther Arunga.
By the way, the boy is having a wife. She's called Rose, my namesake. The boy is having 3 sons and the lady is struggling the children. I heard that they are just in the street because of Arunga.
Esther Arunga completed her parole in September 2020. The same month, on September 17th, a fake Esther Arunga Twitter account asked for forgiveness from Kenyans. The tweet read, "Kenyans, forgive me. My parole is over and it's time to come back home. I have suffered enough. No one should be ashamed of starting afresh. To everyone who wronged me, I forgive you all. Kindly accept me back." The tweet was immediately flooded with likes, retweets, quotes, and replies from many people, even approved accounts, who were sympathetic and pleaded with Esther to return home. This showed that despite all her problems, Esther Arunga will always be a darling to the majority of Kenyans who watched her deliver the news on their TV screens. Esther has largely remained out of the public eye, and her current endeavors or aspirations are unclear. However, based on the information available, she still resides in Australia. Her life story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of cults and making poor choices. So would you like to see Esther Arunga back in the country? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. It really helps. Stay safe and we will see you in our next upload. Bless.
Esther Arunga, you can't make this stuff up.
Ona mikono yangu mitupu imezoea kukushika.
Hey Aloma, laiti ungekuwa unaniona.
When talking about Tanzanian musicians who have greatly contributed to popularizing the bongo music sound, it's impossible not to mention Marlaw. I mean, from 2007 to 2010, there were few musicians in East Africa who could confidently say they were better than him. This is the rise and fall of Marlaw, one of the greatest East African R&B singers of all time. Before we proceed, I want to give a shout out to one of our loyal fans, Kolo, who requested this video. So let's get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present to you Marlaw. Oh, nice to do with
Lawrence Madima Madole, better known by his stage name Marlaw, was born in Tanzania in 1984. His passion for music started when he was very young. Marlaw used to sing in church, and when he entered secondary school, he began writing his own songs. In early 2004, he participated in the Coca-Cola Popstars East African competition, which took place in 3 countries, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. This is the same talent search show that produced Sema from Kenya, Blue 3 from Uganda, and Wakilisha from Tanzania. Unfortunately, he didn't win, but he received positive feedback from the judges. The judge told me not to give up on music and that I was one of the best. It stayed in my mind and gave me the courage to focus on my music every day, said Marlaw. Marlaw wrote and recorded Bembeleza while still in school, and right after finishing high school in 2006, he released it.
Nilikuwa niko shule, nilirekodi hiyo tukiwa shule bado. Nilikuwa nataka niimbe kwenye graduation.
Even though the song was released in 2006, it exploded in 2007. Bembeleza was a hit not only in Tanzania, but throughout the entire East African region.
2006, japo watu wengi walipata kuisikia 2007.
After Bembeleza, he followed up with his biggest hit ever, Rita. The song Rita was based on a true story about his friend who requested him to write a song about what happened in his life.
Sasa ndio hapo nilikutana na huyu jamaa sasa. Yeye amefurahia nilivyoandika ile Bembeleza. Sasa mimi pia nina story yangu, inabidi uitengenezee wimbo. Sasa nikataka kujua story yenyewe imekaaje, ndio akanisimulia sasa hiyo story. Na ni kama hivyo nilivyoweka kwenye wimbo.
After Rita, it was hit after hit. Some of my favorites are
Nimekaa na mrembo na mpanga vile nitambo bado menuna na ucheki tena. Ningejua toka mwanzo we ulinipenda mimi daima na milele. Nitakuwa nawe. Najua unanipenda sana mama. Kama unanipenda
I always feel that Busula Piki is Marlaw's most underrated song. It's actually my favorite Marlaw song. In 2009, he teamed up with Ali Kiba and the late Jiz Mabovu for the hit Shababi. Also in the same year, he released another one of his biggest hits, PP Missing My Baby, and its video was shot in 2 countries, Tanzania and Nairobi, Kenya. PP won the Best Afro-Pop Song of the Year award at the 2010 Tanzania Music Awards. With this popularity, Marlaw released his debut album, Sungura na Fisi, which became one of the classic albums of all time. After releasing the album, Marlaw completely disappeared from the spotlight. So what happened to him? Before we continue, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let's get back to 2010 at the Tanzania Music Awards. A newcomer emerged in the Bongo Flava music scene, Diamond Platnumz, who shook the entire industry. Diamond Platnumz pushed legendary Bongo music musicians out of the spotlight, including Marlaw. Even at the Tanzania Music Awards 2010, you could see that Diamond Platnumz won 3 awards as a newcomer: Best Upcoming Artist, Best Song Kamwambie, and Best R&B Song Kamwambie. The only artist who has been able to withstand Diamond Platnumz's wave is Ali Kiba. However, Marlaw has consistently denied claims that Diamond forced him out of the music business.
Yes, lakini ukiangalia haiwezekani kawa ni hiyo wave kwa sababu Diamond alikuja na muziki, sio kwamba alikuja na muziki mbali sana kutoka nilipokuwa nafanya mimi.
According to the Bongo music legend, he needed a break from music after many years of success in the industry.
Ilikuwa ni katika kupumzika, naweza ngasema. Ni kama kujiandaa, kwa sababu unajua nilikuwa nimejihisi nimefanya sana na hadi ikafika time nikaona kama na mimi sasa naweza nikachill kidogo ili nifanye tena baadaye kama itawezekana.
Another factor that contributed to his decline is family. In 2011, Marlaw married his partner Esther. This completely changed his life, as he had to devote most of his time and energy to his family.
Baada ya kukaa kimya niliingia kwenye family. Yani kwa hiyo kuna vitu vingi, si tu mimi kupumzika, pia family, lakini si sababu ya family.
In 2019 he announced his return to music.
Yani mimi niko ready sasa hivi, niko ready, nimeandaa vitu vingi ambavyo naweza naamini nikishare yani itakuwa kitu fulani hivi amazing.
Between 2019 and 2023, Marlaw released several songs that haven't quite matched his earlier success in the 2000s. However, they are still great songs. While Marlaw may not be as popular now as he was in the 2000s, his contribution to Bongo music and the entire East African region cannot be underestimated. He is a true legend. That's all for the rise and fall of Marlaw. But do you know what happened to the legendary Tanzanian songbird Ray C? If not, that's the next video I recommend you watch. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon. They say that clout is like a drug. Once you start chasing it, it becomes difficult to overcome the addiction. And when it comes to chasing clout, especially in the Kenya entertainment industry, no one surpasses that Prezzo's chopper stunt in 2003.
And you know, till today, people talk about that Prezzo stunt where he came with the chopper. Till today. That was before we knew what Kiki was. That was before we knew what stunts were. That was before social media.
Jackson McKinney and that nigga Kofi Rose, the biggest superstar from Africa. Now see Georgia, first nigga to pull up in a gig in a chopper.
This is the story of Jackson McKinney Ngechu, better known to the world as CMB Prezzo or just Prezzo.
I don't look for attention. Attention looks for me.
A lot of people say this guy is bragging with family money. I'm like, be mad at your family for not making it.
Born in 1980 to a Tanzanian mother, Dina Boke Makini, and a Kenyan father, Dr. Morris Makini, Prezzo and his siblings were raised in Isli until 1990 when they relocated to Langata. 3 years later, his father passed away due to cancer. This situation led his mother to assume the roles of both parents, and it's clear that she has played the most significant part in Prezzo's success.
My mom is my best friend, so I have 2 gods. My first god is the one up above. My second god is my mother. Point blank, period.
Prezzo went to different elementary schools, but he finished his primary education at Grinstead International School in Nakuru. While he began high school there, he got expelled after a few years. As a result, his mother had to transfer him to Brisbane International School, where he completed his O-levels.
To be totally honest, I got expelled from Grinstead. I'm just going to keep it real. At the end of the day, the truth will set you free. And the lifestyle in Brisbane was just the bomb. It wasn't a school, it was a holiday camp.
Prezzo burst onto the Kenya music scene in 2002 with his debut single Malaika Mama featuring Waire, which he dedicated to his mother.
Malaika Mama, bila penzi lako sina raha.
Since day one, kabla ya kunizaa, ulinibeba tumboni kwa miezi 9. Si utani moms, mimi nakupenda.
He followed it up with Kwenye Club, which sampled 50 Cent's biggest hit in the club.
Njo manzi, tukatike. Sogea karibu, tukatike. Inua mikono juu, tukatike.
However, it's fair to say that his breakthrough song was his 2003 hit
Naleta Action. For my name, for Jackson. Toka Kenya hadi Bongo, Naleta Action. Mamanzi wakiulizwa, what I mention. CMB president, up in your residence.
In the same year, Prezzo released Let's Get Down featuring Nazizi, arguably his greatest hit to this day.
Excuse me, miss, jina langu ni Jackson. Together me and you, tutaleta action. Can I please write your number down? Let's get down. With Nazizi, iyo ngoma ilikuwa true.
The success of this single marked the start of his rapid rise to fame. Low-key, this is what introduced me to Uptown hip-hop, because growing up, all I listened to was Kapuka from Ogopa DJs and a few ghetto rap tracks from Caliph Records. Prezzo, however, brought a breath of fresh air to the music industry. Additionally, he brought swag into the game.
Nikiwa high school, le president ametokea man. Nikasema, first man hakukuwa na swag kwa industry, alikam tu different, alikuwa na flow different, alikuwa babi mwenye naweza entertain.
Prezzo alikam na wave za bling, ilikuwa ni hype, alikuja na hype moja noma.
I had the whole KE rocking my bling bling kwa shingo. Na mimi nilikuanga raia, so zangu zilikuanga imbo. Basi kujali, nilikuanga inspired, nikajiambia siku moja lazima pia mimi ndakuwa fire.
Prezzo brought a new flavor to the game. He wasn't afraid to experiment, and that's what set him apart, said Nameless. With the success of Naleta Action and Let's Get Down, Prezzo will receive numerous awards at the Chaguo Latinis Awards in 2003. And let me tell you, he completely brought the whole event to a standstill. This guy actually hired a chopper from Wilson Airport to Carnival, where the event was being held. Interestingly, Wilson Airport and Carnival are only separated by a fence.
I remember you, I was in probably high school. When you arrived at Chaguo Latinis with the chopper,
yes, sir.
And nobody had done that at the time, it was just like out of this world.
He won the Best New Artist Award and also clinched the Best Collaboration Prize for teaming up with Nazizi on the popular track Let's Get Down. Moreover, he stood out as the artist who received the highest number of nominations during that particular event. The year 2004 marked another successful period for Prezzo. He launched his debut album Naleta Action this year. Apart from the standout tracks Naleta Action and Let's Get Down, I personally enjoyed several other songs from this album, including My Fans.
My fans, mi nawapenda wote. My fans, mi nawapenda wote. Nawapenda wote.
Nipe Nikupe featuring Tanzania rapper AY.
Nipe nikupe, raha tupate. Tumpate mambo matamu toka kwangu. Nipe nikupe na raha tupate. Njoo sogea karibu nikupe mate baby.
Leo ni Leo featuring TID.
CMB, Prezzo na TID. Another hit collab.
Oh, Maze Club imebamba. Bro nakwambia leo ndio leo.
Na Prezzo tupo kwenye club looking fresh and clean. Twasip pots.
Savodo.
And a gospel song titled Mahanga Iko featuring Talia Oyando.
Every day nama na shughuli za kila siku tunazofanya ewe baba yangu, ewe Mola wangu uliye juu mbingu, naomba unisikilize na kulilia wewe tu.
One song I felt should have been included in that album but wasn't is Vile Nitafanya by Prezzo, Juakali and Nonini, three prominent rappers who were at the peak of their careers during that period.
Yeah, CMB Caliph Production, collabo. Vile Nitafanya, Vile Nitafanya, nitafanya na wapenda wote wakitaka wote watapewa mate.
The track can be found in Jua Kali's debut album Jua Kali Sector. Now, 2005 is here and Prezzo remains one of the most popular MCs in the country, if not the most popular. This was the year when he released the iconic hit Prezzo with a music video featuring exclusively white female video vixens. It is rumored that Prezzo invested a staggering 500,000 Kenya shillings into this production. That was back in 2005, bro.
Yeah, Prezzo, I'm still heavy up in this game. Bado nawakilisha. Mimi ni CMBP, REZO. Mimi nawakilisha 25PREZO. A year in the game now, not near it.
Once it was released, it spread like wildfire on both radio and TV stations. It premiered simultaneously on all radio and TV stations, a feat no other Kenyan artist has managed to achieve till today.
When I was in high school, you were the president. You put out a self-titled song called Prezzo. And it was a big deal because first on the day you launched it, you got all the stations to play it at the same time.
Yes,
which again, nobody had done that before.
The release of Prezzo in 2005 marked a significant turning point in the Kenyan music industry, especially in terms of music videos. It compelled other artists to dig deeper into their pockets and invest in music videos, a practice that wasn't widespread in the early 2000s. With fame came scrutiny, and Prezzo's journey wasn't free from controversy. His relationships, spoiled child image, and conflict with other artists consistently grabbed headlines.
Kizuri hakikosi kasoro wakaanza kunisema kulia na kushoto juu chini sijui nitafutia nini. I guess it was the prize of fame coming to me.
Prezzo has been involved in several beefs during his career, with the most notable being his feud with Bamboo, which at some point escalated to guns being displayed in a club.
This is Bamboo now. He goes like, yeah, you know, Prezzo, what about Prezzo? You know, who the hell does he think he is? I was like, bruv, just keep my name out your mouth, you know, if you know what's best for you. At that time, we used to get into the club, and if Bamboo and his people were there, they'll have to disperse, you know, because it would be world war.
The two eventually reconciled and even collaborated on 2 songs, Shika Nare.
I bet you never knew this was coming. Collabo, Bamboo, and Prezzo.
And Zaovyo.
Bamboo na Prezzo hatutaki za ovyo.
Weta wapi change usilete za ovyo.
Sipendi za ovyo. Oya lipa deni bana, acha za ovyo.
Prezzo was also part of another well-known beef, this time with former Stare MP Charles Njagwa Kanyi, also known as Jaguar. Jaguar consistently referred to Prezzo as a socialite.
I want to ask you about something that, you know, so many people have asked me to talk to you about, and it's in regards to Jaguar. What's the beef with him?
Who? Jaguar?
The artist?
Like the car?
The artist, the Kenyan artist.
I don't know the guy. You know, like, he's actually fortunate because I knew about him after I saw him take a picture with my friend. You know, His Excellency, the President. When I saw him with the President, and, you know, I asked, like, you know, my peoples who were in the background, I was like, who's this guy? And they told me, oh, this guy, he's called
Jaguar.
Yeah, but you know, to me, he's non-existent though. Other than that, I don't know the guy.
You don't know the guy,
but he knows me though.
It was great to witness these two legends resolve their differences in 2018, even surprising us with a collaborative song titled Timika.
El Presidente, bonge la collabo, ndoto imetimika, Timika.
Prezzo also had a feud with Colonel Mustafa. The main reason for this conflict was Prezzo's former girlfriend, Huda Monroe, who began dating Colonel Mustafa right after her breakup with Prezzo.
Unajua kwanza Prezzo kwanza his old news unajua. So we can't talk about him right now. After tumongelee Mustafa kwa amekuja. Sasa unajua is my man now. So yeah. Prezzo mwache yeye anapenda kutafuta sana umaarufu yani.
Based on the information we have, this beef has never been resolved. Let's proceed to the year 2006. This is the year Prezzo started a romantic relationship with Sheila Mwanyiga, also known as Nikki.
I had a thing with Sheila Mwanyiga.
Kwanza you and Prezzo.
What?
Who ended it?
Look at the time, the forest is closing.
In addition to seeing each other, the two collaborated on a song called Tazama Mbele, which only fueled the rumors about their romantic relationship. We can't definitively confirm the exact date of their breakup, but it is likely to have occurred around 2007. Fast forward to December 2008, Prezzo and his longtime friend Daisy Jematia Kiplagat got married in a lavish ceremony at Karen Golf Club. Together they are blessed with a daughter named Zari, who was born in 2009.
Daisy was the first shorty who stole my heart.
The marriage quickly soured, and by 2012, Daisy filed for divorce, which Prezzo did not contest. She accused him of being abusive, addicted to drugs, and unfaithful. Daisy also stated that Prezzo had been involved with several other women, including former model Joy Wanjoy. However, according to Prezzo, their relationship went downhill when Daisy insisted that he quit music and get a white-collar job. After a long and bitter legal battle, Daisy was granted full custody of their child, and the couple officially divorced in 2016. In a joyful post on her Facebook account in 2016, Daisy wrote, "Today I happily celebrate full custody of my daughter and finally officially divorced." Marrying Daisy in 2008 was not the only big thing that happened to him that year. In addition, Prezzo released Nataka Tupendane featuring Kaz.
Every successful man has a strong woman behind him. This is my story. Niwe wako
and was also part of one of the biggest East African collaborations ever, the Chapa remix, which included a lineup of A-list artists.
Chapa, mina sipeleka bam, kuki sipeleka bam. Mina like chapa, vile wow like chapa. Mina sipeleka bam, mina sipeleka bam. Mina like chapa, vile wow like chapa.
Saying that Prezzo overshadowed everyone on that track would be an understatement. His verse was so dope, so much so that it had to be placed as the first one.
Lyrics and gimmicks ni true story na vyo. Haya choba kutoka Wilson paka Carnival. For that distance nililipa 60,000. Chapaza show me utumia kulo credit.
2008 would also see Prezzo featured on another star-studded track, Banjuka remix. Again, he killed that too.
Wanauliza kwani remix inatoka siku gani? Banjuka tu.
Onyo mwagete kuwa tayari kugo. Msiwe na wasi jumko na mi Prezzo. Kama mnani feel tutapati for sure. Na kama hauni feel free, hit the door.
Everything appeared to be falling into place for him that year, as everything he was involved in turned to gold. In addition to releasing his own songs and those in which he was featured, Prezzo also secured his debut acting role in Alfred Mutua's action series, Cobra Squad. He killed that Lorianga role, didn't he?
Lorianga ana pesa chungu nzima.
Sawa, no problem. Don't worry, the consignment will arrive on time. If it doesn't arrive, somebody's head will go missing.
Sawa, I'll give you Lorianga, bali musiniue.
Just as we said, he is not supposed to know that we are here.
Wake him up. Do you have a problem with that?
No.
You haven't seen the last of me.
He would take a long break from music and acting till 2012, when he was chosen by Big Brother Africa to represent Kenya in the reality show. This opportunity came about due to his lavish lifestyle and the substantial following he had amassed by that time. During his time on Big Brother Africa, he had an affair with the late Nigerian housemate and singer Goldie Harvey. Sadly, Goldie passed away on February 14, 2013 in Lagos. Prezzo secured the second position with South African contestant Keegan Peterson emerging as the winner. Many Big Brother African fans believe that the game was rigged in favor of the South African. I can neither confirm nor deny this belief. To conceal their guilt, Big Brother Africa appointed Prezzo as the ambassador for the One campaign. This role provided Prezzo with the chance to meet his idol Jay-Z and other privileges. After being away from music for nearly a year due to his participation in the Big Brother Africa reality show, Prezzo returned to the studio in December 2012 and released one of his biggest tracks ever, My City, My Town, featuring.
We don't play, we got the mirror selling gomba.
In 2013, Prezzo had a relatively quiet year compared to the high standards he had set for himself. Nevertheless, he treated us to 2 dope songs, For Sure For Shize featuring Lopa.
My love for you is true, my love for you is real, my love for you is for sure. For sure, for sure. My love is real.
And Celebration of Life.
What up, I go by the name of Rap Excellency Prezzo. Swing, the only way that I could swing it and bring the money home, the best way that I could bring it.
Consider this a celebration.
It's a celebration, bitches.
A celebration of life.
Of what?
Of life.
In 2014, it became evident that Prezzo's star was starting to fade a little. Many of the songs he released during this time didn't achieve the same level of popularity. Additionally, the Kenyan music industry had changed, and the large fan base he had enjoyed in the early 2000s was no longer young. Most of the songs he put out that year didn't perform well, except maybe My Girl, which featured Vera Sidika as the video vixen.
Baby, from the first time I laid my eyes on you, nilijua utakuwa ma.
Now, let's jump to that infamous interview with Betty Kialo on the Friday briefing in 2016, which had the whole country talking for an entire week. Prezzo, visibly drunk, was a guest on Betty Kialo's new show Friday Briefing, aired on KTN. During the live TV broadcast, Prezzo began hugging and flirting with Betty Kialo. It's important to note that Betty was still married to Dennis Okari during that time.
I understand that you were... Oh, great.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Prezzo. We'll be talking about his new song, Mrembo. You'll be singing it to us shortly?
Yeah, because you're Mrembo, that's why.
I don't start already. So we'll take that short commercial break, but we will be back with Prezzo shortly. Don't go away.
We'll be back, the both of us.
Together. So the thing I want to ask is about the shoes. You know, the way you've sat, you already want us to know what kind of shoe that is.
Oh, no. I was just trying to be comfortable, but yeah, in case you asked, they're Louis Vuittons though. Very soon they'll be calling me Dr. Jackson McKinney.
Really?
Yeah.
Herbal clinic or what? Or drugs?
Herbal.
No, not that kind of, no. You know, medicine is also called drugs there, you know.
It is.
No pun intended.
No, cameraman, can we please get a picture of my dad? See that?
Okay.
Look at me, I'm a president.
But then, you're a president of who?
I'm a president of the youth.
Okay. Do they consider you that kind of a leader?
Of course.
But when I said you're coming, so many people were like, ambia Prezzo ache kubraga anaringa sana.
What do you think of my talk though?
Well, I think you should just give us a 360 then. Okay. So many people.
Yeah.
And I want us to just play it because, you know, like when I started, okay, please, let's chill.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Let's play that video in a letter action just to see where you're from. Started from the bottom.
No.
You didn't? Video.
Started from the top and I'm still topper.
But let's talk about your new song. You have a new song.
I love your dress. It's very nice.
Thank you, Prezzo. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was told that by, you know, my better half before I came in. So.
Yeah, and he's a lucky man. If you're watching, you're a lucky man. Listen, Betty, please, can you do me a favor? Today, right, it's 2016. I want you to ask me anything that you want, and I won't take it offensively.
Okay, fine. Are you seeing anyone right now?
I'm seeing Betty.
No.
Shortly after the interview, Dennis Onkari took to Twitter to offer an apology to Betty Kialo. He wrote, "I'm really sorry, babe, if what I'm reading on the interwebs is true. That kid didn't deserve that stage." He continued, "It always puzzles me why some artists come live on TV drunk. A free primetime opportunity thousands would die for. Despicable." Prezzo's mother was also unimpressed by her son's behavior during the interview and apologized to both Betty and Dennis on her son's behalf. As for music, Prezzo released Mrembo in 2016. In 2017, Prezzo was featured in yet another all-star collaboration. Here we go.
Here we go now, if you feel me flow, baby, I join now. And it's a Mr. Prezzo, but you can call me Pins and get you, I'm a baby.
In 2018, there were rumors about Prezzo being in a relationship with Tanzanian socialite and musician Amber Lulu. However, their relationship was short-lived. According to multiple reports, Amber Lulu allegedly aborted Prezzo's baby. The Tanzania has repeatedly denied the allegations. Not much happened for Prezzo in 2019, so let's fast forward to 2020. That year, Prezzo teamed up with Otile Brown for the hit song Ndangukunda.
Yo, I'm still Prezzo, I'm still visible, still so pricey, my flow so icy.
In 2021, he collaborated with Bahati for another hit titled Baby Boo.
Boo, baby boo, I love you.
Mi ukuaga boss kama Rick Ross, nimekafunga kama me and I ain't tryna floss.
He went quiet in 2022 but returned in 2023, not to release music or get involved in controversies, but to launch his own podcast called Syllabus of Life. On this podcast, he shares his life journey and offers encouragement to young people.
The younger generation don't know how strong the power of the mind is. SOL, whatever I tell you, right, I have no reason to lie to you, and this is just the premiere.
On 26 October 2023, Prezzo, King Kaka and Pascal Tokodi will release the hit song Leo.
Stacky bad vibes today.
Stacky bad vibes today. Yo, pressure stacky, tough stacky, no stress kwa head in a mili kwa benki.
Prezzo's influence on Kenya's entertainment industry is undeniable. He paved the way for future generations of artists like Kantai, Kamula, Calligraph Jones, Octopizzo, and many other contemporary rappers. Whether you love him or dislike him, his legacy in the East African music industry is solidified.
So me, rap nilianza juu ya Prezzo.
So what do you think? Is Prezzo underrated? Share your opinions in the comment section. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Your support means the world to us. Stay safe and we'll see you in our next upload. Bless.
And I want to say God bless everybody out there who's watching. And, you know, keep a positive vibe. Stay positive, you know. Do away with the negative and let nature take its course.
Nyamari Ongeku, alias Nyashinski, is a man revered by many Kenyan music lovers, and some even consider him the greatest Kenyan rapper of all time.
So, you're a legend. You've been in the industry for quite a long time.
Despite that, there are many things people don't know about him. So let's dig into his journey to becoming one of the best Kenyan rappers. Nyash Music Hall began in 1999 while still a student at Nairobi School. Together with his two schoolmates, Robert Manyasa aka Roba and Collins Majale, popularly known as Kolo, formed a rap group dubbed Kleptomaniacs. The trio would later join Ogopa DJs in 2002 and release their first single, Freak It.
Let me hear all my sisters.
Followed by Maniac's anthem.
Now for my boys, my sister, watch it mtaani kwenye pub, kwenye bar.
And Harry.
This song goes out to wase, wanapenda kupare.
But it was their 2004 single Tuendelee that gained them notoriety. It is arguably their biggest hit to date. Despite a string of successes, the rap group broke up in 2006 to focus on individual projects. While Kolo and Roba continued with music, Nyash moved to the States where he worked as a truck driver.
Actually, nilikuwa nimeshaachana na ngoma by the way. Ulikuwa umeacha kabisa? Eh. Nilienda Stato. Kwa do job, nilikuwa naendesha lori actually. Acha. Vile nimepark gari hapo aswa ameshangaa.
After putting music on the back burner for almost a decade, Nyashinski decided to make a comeback in 2016 with his hit single Now You Know, produced by Beat ya Kega. According to the producer, Nyashinski made the song in a startling 6 minutes.
But when I'd walked out, Nyash had said recording, just start recording. I'm telling you, when I walked back into the studio, the song was done.
What?
He clobbered it in like 6 minutes.
What?
Now you know all the verses. I was like, what just happened?
We had the whole night to do the song. Done, 6 minutes.
After a successful comeback, many Kenyans felt that Nyashinski became conceited and arrogance was taking a toll on him. Several media stations accused him of charging up to $1 million for an interview, something that he denied during an interview with Betty Kialo.
But I have to, quiz you on a few things. When I said you're coming, there are people who are like, first Uliza Nyash, why is it that these days he feels so sweet? He's become a celeb. Why? First of all, why do people have that feeling that, now Nyash is divalicious?
Which people have that feeling?
I can show you. Actually, I wish I had my phone. I would show you some few tweets of people saying that, hey, why is it?
I don't think people feel that way.
Really?
No, I don't think so. I think there are people who feel that way and there are people who don't. That happens for everyone, In every field, sometimes people like you, sometimes they don't. That's just how it goes. I can't give you a reason why they feel that way.
Right. Okay, and also just to clear the air, one of the other questions is that is it true that Nyash asked for money to appear on a TV interview?
Did I ask you for money?
No, me you didn't ask, but then he didn't ask me for any cash.
Let me explain something.
Yeah.
It's in my best interest to go for an interview because I'm pushing my song,
right,
my brand and all that, right? So asking for $1 million for an interview, first of all, I'm shooting myself in the foot, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, no, I did not ask for $1 million.
That did not happen.
For an interview. I was as surprised as you are when you read it.
He also addressed the issue in his 2 subsequent songs, Free and Kebs.
For 10 years amkuwa mnajali mali na lala. Ataka unipendi unajua ni nani beast hapa. Shika do kidogo uone vile utaboa watu. Lines tu zinakuja utasarenda mako. Nasikia kwenda my interview anaitisha milioni.
Nyashinski is happily married to Zia Bet, a fashion designer and CEO of Zia Africa. The two tied the knot on December 10th, 2021 and are blessed with a son. In October 2022, the pair confirmed that they were expecting their second child. From us here at Fast Gossips 254, we wish them nothing but the best. Please like the video, follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. We will talk soon. Bye.